Welcome to the pre-taping history number 399 as we pre-tape on this magic day of May the 23rd, 2000. And history is as we live, and dedicating our history to the people that make history in our city, and some of them that are continuing to make history today. And we're just delighted to have with us today a very special young man. He is the Honorable Ken Mayfield, who is our very own County Commissioner of District 4 of Dallas County. We want to welcome you to the set.
Thank you, Ruthie. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank
always.
you, Your Honor. It's wonderful to have you back with us. This is about the third set too that we've had over the times that you've been on the County Commissioner, as County Commissioner, because we got you when you were first real brand new to the county.
That's correct.
And since that time, you've just been doing such a splendid job, and now you are the illustrious one in that you hold a national office. So we needed you to come back and kind of update us on the real Ken Mayfield, your family, how it stands today, and this new adventure you have in the National Association of Counties that only one other Texan is held, as far as we know.
That's correct.
All right.
That's correct. Yes, Ruthie, I was elected in July of last year, 1999, in St. Louis, Missouri, by my peers from about 2,000 counties throughout the United States. Each county gets to cast their votes, and it's a contested election, and it was for second vice president of the National Association of Counties. And how that works is that was a contested election, but once you win that election, then
you move in the chairs.
That's right. This July of 2000, I will become first vice president of the National Association of Counties. July of 2001, I'll be president-elect.
All right.
And then July of 2002, I'll be president.
You'll be the big dog then.
That's right. That's right.
That is great. That is wonderful. And I believe one other Texan has had the distinct honor of serving in that capacity. Would you like to name that person?
Yes, I sure would. Roy Orr. And it's big footsteps that I follow, because Roy is kind of a legend in the National Association of Counties. Everybody throughout the United States, and when I was campaigning, knows Roy Orr. And
yes.
Roy helped me a great deal in being elected. And I believe Roy and I have made history.
Good.
Because we are the only county commissioners who will be president of NACO. Roy has been president, and I will be president, from the same county commissioners district, in the same county, same state, and nobody else has done that.
Isn't that wonderful?
It certainly is.
You're a legend in your own time, right? That's
well,
great.
Roy is. Roy is.
And Roy's having a distinct honor, I believe, next week. They're naming a linear park in his honor out in the
linear trail system.
Trail system.
Yes, in DeSoto. They sure are. They sure are. And I'm happy to say that Dallas County, through our open space program, we granted the funds to DeSoto to finish their linear trails. Yeah, so now they're dedicating it to Roy, and that's great.
Oh, that is really great. What a tribute to a young man. We've already named a boulevard for him here in Grand Prairie, Texas.
Yeah, I know that. I'm aware.
Watching all these things to see if you got a boulevard, so if you can keep that tradition going, and it just may happen. Who knows? We have a Mayfield Road here in Grand Prairie, Texas.
That's right.
And we're going to find out for whom that Mayfield Road was named. Yes. It doesn't take long to make history, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Being a national figure like that, has that been important to our county government?
Oh, yes, Ruthie, it has, and it will continue to be. I'm on the executive committee, which is the 5 members, the 4 I mentioned, plus in 2003 I'll be the immediate past president. And as that, we work on a 5-member executive committee which makes decisions. And we lobby, our main purpose is to lobby Congress and the White House for county issues. We've been able to make it a priority on some of our legislative priorities. Stormwater runoff, which is very important here in Texas and could be very costly if the EPA is allowed to go ahead and implement their plan. It's going to put everything, all the stormwater has to go underground, which it doesn't need to. Surface runoff is very fine in most instances. as well as transportation. It also happens to be the EPA, but we could really face some loss of federal funds here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area as well as other parts of Texas. And we're talking about millions of dollars if the EPA doesn't back off on not granting grandfather transportation projects when they put in their new air quality standards. So it's a very important issue. And those two we've been able to bring to the forefront in front of NACO. NACO has taken a position, and there are bills that have been introduced to soften those instances for Dallas County.
Well, and it's also an honor to have a member of the Dallas County Commissioners Court on a national office. And I think that is a real tribute.
I hope so.
Yes. And you all have always been very kind to us in Grand Prairie, Texas, and to this person in our Keep Dallas County Beautiful, all the things that we do, that we've appeared before you all 24 times. And I just happen to have a copy of the picture that we took at Dallas County Court last year, or this year.
This year, yeah.
This year, with all of the boys and girls that come together there, and you allow them to come and have their picture made with you and the rest of the commissioners and the judge. And it's very exciting, an experience that these kids get to have because you all open the door for them.
But not only do we allow it, we look forward to it. Ruthie, it is the highlight of the year. And I just want to say, you've said some very kind things, and I do keep Grand Prairie. Grand Prairie is a very important city in my district, and I have 10 cities in my district, and you're a very important person to me, not only in Grand Prairie, but within my district. So it's a pleasure to work with Grand Prairie and yourself, and the mayor and the other city council people. Now,
we know that you're a very famous attorney. You live in Cedar Hill, and you would like to tell us a little bit about your family before I ask you to name your staff over at the office, because I'd be in bad trouble if we left the family out first. Let's do that.
Yeah, well, I've been married for 26 years. February, I've been married 26 years to my wife, Diane, and we had 3 daughters. My oldest daughter, Ashley, passed away in 1996 on July the 20th. Unfortunately, 6 years prior to her 16th birthday. And I've got my middle daughter, Lindsay, who is 17, and my youngest daughter, Kelsey, who is 14, will be 15 in July. And Diane works for the Cedar Hill School District, and the kids go to school and are involved in all sorts of activities, debate and cheerleading and everything else. So we're kept pretty busy.
Keeps you running a taxi.
That's correct.
That is great.
That's correct.
Now, you office in 2 different places, down at the County Commissioners Court, right off of Elm and Houston Street.
That's correct.
That's where the big meetings are held every Tuesday morning.
At 9 o'clock.
At 9 o'clock.
And let me invite all of you viewers out there to come down and watch your county government in operation. Sometimes it can be pretty entertaining. We've got some good issues. We've got 5 strong personalities there, but working together, we have different and diverse backgrounds and views, but we put all those together, and I think we give you in Grand Prairie as well as elsewhere in Dallas County good, efficient county government.
Now, you have a maintenance area. In other words, you have District 4 is made up of, as you say, these 10 cities, which begin on the far east with what?
On the far east with Wilmer.
With Wilmer.
Yes.
And then coming back through Lancaster and DeSoto and Duncanville and Cedar Hill. And
Cockrell Hill, Grand Prairie, Irving on the west.
On the west.
Yes, and Dallas, of course, Oak Cliff, a big part of Oak Cliff in Dallas. And all the way to Irving, 114 south in Irving. So I have
that is a huge, huge district.
It's actually
geographically.
Geographically, it's the biggest of the 4 commissioners' districts. And actually, at one point in time in the 1990 census, I had the most population in that district. I don't know about now. I guess we'll find out in the 2000 census. Yeah.
And you have a working site on Illinois. Would you like to tell us where you're located and some of the wonderful people that have always been so good to answer the phone and find you and do all this good stuff?
They are. I couldn't do the job I do for District 4 without the people I have, the staff working with me. And it's at 4403 West Illinois. It's right there at the intersection of Cockrell Hill and Illinois. And I might put a plug in here. Every October we have a barbecue, and I know
Yes.
you've been out there. It's
Oh,
free,
yeah.
open to all the residents of District 4, just kind of an appreciation from myself and my staff. We cook the barbecue and all the trimmings, and we have a nice park-like setting out there. We get a jazz band from one of the local high schools to come out and play some jazz while we eat, and it's a good time. Come out there anytime, though, and look around and see your county facilities, and see the staff at the county facilities, and hopefully you'll see me, although I'm in a lot of meetings and around, so I'm not there as much as I'd like to be. But that's where our Road and Bridge District is, and we have our heavy equipment that we maintain the county roads, and we help the cities in my district with their major thoroughfares.
And that's where you keep Don, who comes to all of our transportation meetings at the Chamber of Commerce, and he is just wonderful.
That's right. Don Kennedy is my Road and Bridge Superintendent. Very knowledgeable, very helpful. We build the best roads of probably in the state of Texas.
All right. How about Teresa? If it weren't for Teresa, you wouldn't be on this show today.
That's correct.
She has been so helpful in trying to orchestrate your time.
Yeah, I can't say enough about my staff. As I say, I couldn't do the job
You have a couple of aides, you better mention them.
Teresa
too.
Walther is my office manager, and Marilyn Little is one of my administrative assistants. She's the newest. And Brenda Sauls is the...
Brenda Owen Sauls.
Brenda Owen Sauls, yeah. She recently got married not too long ago, a couple of years. And Brenda's been with me from the very beginning, as has Teresa.
Yeah.
And then we also have Linda, who's the secretary, executive secretary out there.
She answers the phone very expeditiously.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Yeah, she sure does.
All of these are real fine people, and you call over, and they don't put you on hold and make you listen to a voice recording and punch 2 or 3 if you want so-and-so.
That's right.
It's really wonderful.
And they're very able and capable, and many times can take care of and solve your problems without having to get a hold of me. I've instructed them. You know, if you give assistance to the residents of the District 4 and Dallas County. And you know, some people look up people and see if they're voters. I don't care if you're a voter or not. You know, I'm there to help you.
Yes.
And so that's what we try to do.
They may become a voter.
That's correct.
That's
or we
right.
hope they will.
Yes, you bet. Also, you have a very unique program. Of course, I'm interested in the cleanup of Dallas County, and especially in the unincorporated areas where we can't get a mayor or a city manager or someone else to do a cleanup. And you have a program using some prisoners and a school bus. Tell us about what brought that to bear.
Ruthie, when I was elected in '94 and took office in '95, there's a state jail facility in Hutchins, Texas, and I wanted to use prisoners from that facility. These are nonviolent prisoners, to take them around my district and work cleaning up county roads, county right-of-way, city facilities, as well as school districts. So I kind of talked to Dallas County Schools, which runs the buses for most of the schools in Dallas County, and I did a little work on their parking lot in exchange for a bus. We put a bathroom on the bus. We worked out a deal with the state jail and with the state of Texas. And we take out about anywhere from 10 to 20 prisoners 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, and we take them around the different areas of my district, and they clean up. They've cleaned up creeks. They were I know they cleaned up a bunch of tires over here in Grand Prairie.
Oh, a bunch.
And did some real good assistance there. We've done it in Duncanville, Cedar Hill, DeSoto. As a matter of fact, I've got a backlog of cities and schools and people requesting this crew. They do a good job. They supply a guard for the prisoners, but we've never had any problems out of them. They do a great job. They've put in just thousands and thousands of free hours that have benefited the residents of District 4.
Of District 4. Now, District 4 has a lot of incorporated little towns and cities and everything in it, but then you have the unincorporated part, which we call the orphan part of District 4, the orphan roads. Do you have more orphan roads and more orphan communities
Yes.
in District 4 than any of the other districts?
Yes, I have the biggest area of unincorporated area of Dallas County.
How do you handle that from a budget?
Well, we're right now using community development block grant funds to do a study to bring sewer and water to some of these unincorporated areas. And so I'm trying to do that and then get the cities that border those areas to then take in those communities and then become a part of the city.
And if they put in if you put in the infrastructure at the county level, it's not quite as hard for a city to say, yes, we will incorporate.
That's right. It's much easier for them to say, go ahead and take that land under their jurisdiction. We also have more county roads than all 3 other districts combined.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, we have about 88 miles of county roads, which is, District 3 has somewhere 32 or 33 miles, and District 2 has 18 or 19 miles. But I've come to an agreement with the City of Dallas and the City of Grand Prairie, as a matter of fact, on Jefferson Boulevard.
Yes.
That is a county road, but Dallas is going to take over their portion of Jefferson, and Grand Prairie is going to take over their portion of Jefferson, so that, and then I'm going to...
They're adopting it.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
Yes.
It should have been in those cities, and we've worked out a deal. And
We're like Hunter Farrell Road.
That's right. That's
now
right.
that is such a mess. One of the bar ditches on the north side is in Irving. The one on the south side, Grand Prairie, next to Lone Star Park.
That's right.
The road in the middle belongs to the Dallas County. And that is a pitiful little orphan road, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we're trying to work with all the different jurisdictions so that we can put them under one jurisdiction.
But doesn't that make your budget? Or do you get twice as much budget as these other guys?
No, I get a little bit more. The funding for the different road and bridge districts, the administration is the same, and then everybody gets a little more for each mile of county road that they have.
See.
So I do get a little bit more, but not enough to really rebuild those county roads and maintain those county roads the way they should be. Although we're doing a good job. We've pioneered some cement-treated base, which was just written up in some magazines. We are probably the first ones to do that, certainly in the state of Texas. I don't know about the United States. But it gives you a longer lasting base, so a longer lasting road, and it's cheaper. And so we've been able to do, and we're building wider roads than my predecessors have in Dallas County for less money, and they last 15 to 20 years rather than 5 to 10 years.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing what progress can be made over a 5 or a 10-year period.
Yeah, and that's Don Kennedy, my road and bridge superintendent. He used to work for the highway department. I can credit him with coming up with that, and then I had the good sense to look at it and say, yeah, that's a good deal. So let's proceed with it. So we've been doing that since I've been elected.
Now, as a county commissioner, you sit on this illustrious court, and roads and bridges in District 4 are not all that you have to contend with. What are some of the other issues that, as a member of that court, that you have to look at, like Parkland Hospital and all these kind of things?
Parkland Hospital obviously is one. Health and Human Services.
Oh, that is a biggie.
We provide free shots and a lot of different services out of our Health and Human Services Department. We contract with the City of Dallas and a lot of the cities to provide these services to residents. The criminal justice system, the juvenile justice system, the civil justice system, the county basically funds most of those systems. So we are responsible for the sheriff and to make sure that the jail is proper. And by the way, kudos to the sheriff of Dallas County, Jim Bowles. I think for the 20th time in a row for the last 20 years, our jails have passed inspection 100%, and no other urban jail in the state of Texas can say that.
Oh, so. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, it is.
He is a marvelous, marvelous sheriff, too.
Yes. And of course, taxes, collection of taxes, property taxes comes through. We contract with a lot of the cities and school districts to collect their taxes, and we're just about, Ruthie, to add the City of Dallas and the Dallas Independent School District to that.
Really?
Yes. So we will be we will about double what we've been doing.
All right. Now, are you over the Dallas County school system, that Dallas County school system,
No.
or are they report directly to the Texas Education Agency?
Yeah, they're Texas Education
Even
Agency.
though they're called the Dallas County Schools and Dallas County School Board, and I served on that for about 18 years, and I didn't know whether they were still under that direction.
Well, they provide, Dallas County Schools provides, basically all they do are provide the transportation for most of the schools in Dallas County.
And that library, they have an audiovisual library, I believe,
Yeah,
that they do.
yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
So that's not in your bailiwick.
Nope,
How about the Dallas County community colleges, or those aren't under your direction
No, those
either?
are separate entities.
Separate entities.
Separate entities.
Well, aren't you glad?
We work with them on a number of issues, like bringing education in to the prisoners in the jail through the community college
Now,
system.
Dallas County has a lot of employees.
About 6,000 employees.
How do you keep good workers?
Well, you know, that was a problem. We had a high turnover rate, and it's because we weren't paying our employees what the market was dictating. So a couple of years ago, we commissioned a study, and now everybody got about 10 to 19% raises here over the last year or two, and we've brought everybody up. We've got some good employees in Dallas County who do a good job, and just like any organization, we have some that don't, and we need to hear about those that don't. So those elected officials, you know, county government in the state of Texas, and certainly in Dallas County, is not just the 5 of Commissioners Court.
Yes.
It's the district clerk, it's the county clerk, it's the sheriff, it's the judges, it's the constables, it's the justices of the peace. We all work together in a sort of team management approach to give the citizens of Dallas County the most effective and the best run county government, I think, in the United States, not just the state of Texas here in Dallas County.
Do you have anyone that's the administrator of all the Dallas County stuff?
Yes, we do, and he's a very good administrator, Alan Clemson.
My very good friend,
which
Alan.
you know very well.
I had to ask you that very pointed question. Yes.
Alan does a great job, and Dan Savage, who's right under Alan, also does a great job. They keep.
How about Mr. Bill Melton,
county treasurer?
Oh man,
Bill Melton, probably the premier county treasurer in the United States.
In the United States,
and he's involved in NACO.
Oh, he is.
Yes,
great.
he is. Yes, he is,
Right.
and he helped me a great deal in running for that position and winning that position. Very highly respected for his skills.
Master of Ceremonies at the National Cemetery dedication.
That's correct.
Recently.
Yeah, that's another thing we just did. That's in my district.
Oh, that's in your district. Yes, it is.
Yes, ma'am.
I think you ought to talk about that just a little bit.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, the county is going to put in $5 million. And the Regional Transportation Council is going to put in $5 million. The City of Dallas is going to put in $5 million, and the State of Texas is going to put in $5 million. And we're going to widen Mountain Creek Parkway from I-20 all the way down to 408, which is by the cemetery, by Dallas Baptist University, so that people have good access through there. It's another reliever route through there. 408 will be relieved a little bit on there, and people can come and go, enter and exit from the National Cemetery. So we should be looking forward to that in 2 or 3 years.
Oh, that is great. What a move in the right direction.
Yes.
And I believe that's going to be Patriot Parkway, not Mountain Creek Park, but the other part, 408.
Yeah, 408 is Patriot Parkway.
Is Patriot Parkway.
That's correct.
That's wonderful.
That's correct.
Well, we watched with a great deal of interest, and were there in the hot sun that day. And
I was there as well.
Yes,
it was
we heard
hot.
them call your name. We heard them call your name.
It was hot, but let me tell you, they did a great job bringing that National Cemetery to the Dallas area. All
right, we have 4 minutes left on this interview. I want to thank you for everything you've done, and I wanted to show and tell just a little bit.
Oh, yes.
Out at the front, I know Louis probably has this on for a little bit later on. He's going to use this, but this is the birthday card that we gave to Dallas County Court in 1999. It said, "Happy birthday, Dallas County. It was your 153rd birthday, and it was your, also, it said we're going to plant a tree for you."
And you did.
I want you to know that in 2000, in the 154th birthday,
Okay.
we have planted the tree. We had a ceremony,
Invitation.
and it has, here's the invitation that says, "Come to Fish Creek to see the boat ark tree that was planted in the honor of the court
Yes.
at that time, because the boat ark tree is the strongest lumber tree that we know of in the Southwest, and we knew that you all were a very strong court.
Hardwood for hard-headed commissioners.
Yes, and on the inside here, we wanted to show you a picture of that boat ark tree right here to the side, and it has a little part through there that connects it. It has 5 branches up with a connection through that, and it's on Fish Creek, and this is Mr. Inatten, who is our Parks Director for the City of Grand Prairie.
Yeah.
And there's Marilyn, your assistant there, a young man that's a member of the Parks Board. We just had a good time dedicating that tree to you, and thank you for sending Marilyn.
Well, thank you.
And I hope that you will present this to the court for me.
I certainly will.
And we had all of the members in attendance
Sign the ribbons.
sign the ribbon that came out to your tree dedication.
Yes.
And it's going to get a plaque on it if we can get one that will not be vandalized.
Okay. How appropriate. 5 branches, all connected.
Well, this little thing that comes down through the middle.
So we could symbolically, the 5 branches of the 5 members of Commissioners
Yes.
Court, and those that keep them connected are the citizens of,
That's right.
of Dallas
And,
County.
Susan Henson, our horticulturist for the City of Grand Prairie, found that tree specifically for me.
That is great.
And so we're...
She did a great job.
She really did a great job. Well, I wanted you to present this to the court, and I want to
I
thank
will do
you
that.
for all of the things you do for Grand Prairie,
Well,
and
thank you.
especially for the beautification of the entire county, which is my assignment from Keep Texas Beautiful.
And you do a great job, Ruthie. You do a
Thank
great
you
job.
very much.
And your viewers, if they don't know, the committee in Dallas County is the Ruthie Jackson Keep Dallas County Beautiful Committee, named in honor of the lady who has done the most, certainly in my opinion, and I think in the opinion of all of the members of Commissioners Court, who has done the most to keep Dallas County beautiful.
Well, I want to thank you for being here today. It's just been a pleasure to have you back to update us. Congratulations on being second vice president.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to this July when you're going to be first vice president, then president-elect, and then the president of the world. And you have 1 minute to look out and thank Grand Prairie for anything that you want to.
Well, to the city and the citizens of Grand Prairie, you make my job much easier. You're very easy to work with, the mayor, all the city council members, your park board, everybody's just a joy to work with, and I enjoy representing Grand Prairie.
Thank you so much for being here today and making this history number 399.
There it is.
Next month you would have been 400, but you're almost near the 400 club. And this is Ruthie Jackson reminding you that history is as we live and do. And thank you for being here.